Howdy and welcome on back to East Texas. Now it is 1 o'clock here on the desk, and I am so excited to talk to you about, well, y'all know I love health stories. I love anything to do with the body and learning more and asking questions. And I know something that we've all kind of wondered, what is the secret to living longer or just having a nice and healthy lifestyle, right? That's the whole goal in all of this, to live longer and feel better about ourselves. Well, we're going to learn more, and there's an event coming up where you can do just that, learn more about how to do all those things. The UT Tyler School of Health Professions is inviting the public to a free event focused on aging well. That's the big key here, is aging well. And to give us more information about the event itself, what you can learn, I'm joined now with our very own interim dean for the UT Tyler School of Health Professions, Dr. Javier Kaporis, talking to us more about this event. So, I think, when you hear the word health span, you also think about the word lifespan. What is the big difference between the two?
I think there's an interconnection between the two, right?
Okay.
In order to live long, it's about healthy living. It's about knowing or being informed of ways we could, things we can do in our everyday life and things we could do in terms of healthcare in order to have a better quality of life and longevity.
Okay. So when we're thinking about just being healthy in general, how does that kind of correlate with aging well? Because we all age, whether we like it or not, whether we want to stop the clock or whatever, we all age. So how do we do that gracefully and healthily? Healthily?
Well, first, I think it's about being informed, right?
Okay.
And that's what this event is about, bringing together various areas of healthcare industry and supporting industries to learn and be informed about the ways we can live our lives, the types of services that are available that improve our quality of life and enable us to live longer, healthier.
Okay. So for someone who is hearing about this event and they're like, okay, I like all of these things, what are some of the big key takeaways that you want attendees to kind of take away from it? I'm sure we were just kind of joking beforehand, what is the secret to living longer? And you kind of said it there.
I think, well, there's going to be some interesting opportunities at this event. One would be we're going to have a immersive dementia tour.
Okay.
So this tour provides those maybe who have family members who have dementia to get a feeling for how disorienting that experience might be.
Right.
And that might inform the way in which they care for their loved ones, and also perhaps inform them about why it's important to be informed about dementia and ways of preventing dementia. So I think that would be an enlightening experience, and we're also going to it's going to be fun. There are going to be games that will be informative, and so it'll engage. We're hoping it'll be very engaging for the attendees. Mm-hmm. There'll be a panel. They'll be talking about anything from nutrition to relationships, and a keynote speaker as well that we're squaring away hopefully pretty soon. So I think there'll be a little bit for everybody, especially those that are curious about ways that they can change things, minor things in their life that will lead to better health outcomes and a better quality of life as they age.
I love that you mentioned that this is something for everyone, whether it's nutrition, perspective, because I know June is Dementia Awareness Month, I believe that's right, and perspective is everything when it comes to dementia, because we've talked about it often about, this is the person that experiences this is the health issues that go along with it, and the caregiver trying to take care of that person. You want to make sure that you have that sense of awareness to just be there for that person and meet them on their level. Mm-hmm. I think that's helpful in all many aspects, and especially if it runs in your family. Mm-hmm. So is there any conversation happening about prevention? Is that on the agenda at all?
Yes, a lot of what the event will have is talking about prevention and providing people information so that they can learn more in terms of what things they could be doing in their lives, or what services are available to improve health outcomes for mm-hmm. one as an individual and also two as a community.
I know you mentioned that you're still working on getting your keynote speaker.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the ideal person to be your keynote speaker if you got to, pick from the bunch?
I think the person we're trying to get has a way of communicating an idea to the community in a way that is meaningful to them, mm-hmm. Is meaningful, informative, and exciting, because I think we might think of health outcomes and longevity as being these abstract ideas, but it turns out they're not so abstract. There are
Right.
things we have control over if we're informed that can really improve our lifespan.
I want to go back to the interactive dementia experience because I know that kind of caught maybe everybody's attention. Because when was it in high school, you have that experience where you put on the goggles and you get the experience of what it's like to be intoxicated, or trying to do any kind of anything, walk a straight line. You have that, like, oh, this is why it's bad to drive, whatever. How does that kind of relate to the immersive experience that we're getting with the
So it's immersive in multiple ways. It's multiple senses. So it's
Okay.
your hearing, your sight, and I have not done it before, but everything I've heard about it is, you have goggles maybe that affect your vision. You have headphones that are blocking out the noise around, but changing the way you perceive your surroundings. And so there is also, before you choose to do it, there's a discussion about it to make sure that you feel comfortable, because it is disorienting.
Oh, yes.
It is, when they say immersive, they mean deeply immersive. And so I think it's a great opportunity to gain some empathy and understanding about our community, our family members who are suffering from dementia.
So it's not like a 3D goggles situation. It's more of you're going to give them a task, and they have different obstacles that they have to basically wear and then carry out
I
those
think it's a
tasks?
combination of those things.
Oh,
There are actually
wow.
some goggles involved.
Oh,
And some
okay.
hearing, my understanding is also. So it's quite immersive.
Do you plan on doing it yourself?
Well, first off, I want to give community opportunity.
Of course.
Because it's a bit time consuming. You want to make sure everybody has a chance. But if I have an opportunity, I definitely would like to do this.
And you mentioned the other interactive health games. What do those look like?
If I recall correctly, it's going to be something like Wheel of Fortune or similar.
Okay.
So it's going to be based on a TV show, but it's going to be about providing information and seeing how well people what people know about what health looks like and longevity looks like, and what things they could be informed about.
Testing your knowledge and then taking away some information in the
Yes,
process.
exactly.
Very cool. Now, we've talked about quite a bit on just the expectations. Is there anything we haven't touched base on before we get into, the date and the time and all those things?
No, I mean, there's going to be vendors, there's going to be free lunch.
Okay.
And so we really are hoping that people come, get engaged, stay for the whole event. And I think that everybody that comes will find they get something out of it that's of meaning to them.
So whether that's nutrition, perspective, education for everybody, I think that's great. Okay, so I know you mentioned, or we mentioned together, that this was a free event. You have lunch. Is it a paid lunch or is this free lunch?
No, free lunch.
Perfect. Okay, and then let's go over the details, the need to know.
Yes.
The where, the when, what time, all that
So
fun
it's
stuff.
it's July 2nd from 10 to 2, and it's going to be held at the Oak Crossing Event Center.
In White House, is that
Yes,
correct?
that's
Okay,
correct.
perfect. And I know it's a free event. Do they need to register in advance, so you need like a head count or anything?
No, we do have an opportunity RSVP, but it's show up, be
Show
there.
up.
We're happy and excited to see you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in, Dr. Javier. We appreciate you. Is there anything else you want us to leave us on before we?
No, I'll say simply, at UT Tyler, we care deeply about our community, about healthcare outcomes, and so we're hopeful that this is just indicative of some of the events and engagement that we do as an institution, and we hope you show up.
Perfect. Again, that's Dr. Javier Kiporos, the interim dean of the UT Tyler School of Health and Professions. Make sure you go and check out more details about the event over on our website as well. We'll give you all the appropriate links and everything else. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll have more for you when we return.